Hi Booktube, it's Stephanie. So today I'm going to share with you my September TBR, in which I will try to combine my own Labyrinth game TBR for September, Becca's book Uplathon, the Demonathon, and the Magical Readathon. Yeah. So let's start with what happened with my own game last month. I finished it. So for the Labyrinth, we have recent purchased and not heard about on Booktube. For, let's see here, Dragon Fantasy, we have Nice Dragons Finished Last by Rachel Aaron. Then we have I Did What Naomi Told Me to Do, and that is to count The Night Circus as a book over 500 pages because the English version is 500 pages, and this one is translated to Swedish, and I was really excited for when I got it. Then we have The Alchemist Who Survived Now Dreams of a Quiet City Life Volume 2 for a sequel. And then we have, for an author who was born in Africa, we have Strange Practice by Vivian Shawn. I have just started this and I'm liking it so far, but I will get more chapters into it before the month is over. And then for the Golden Ring subscription, I just decided to cheese it and read one of these that I got with my Page Habit box. So this is A Whiter Shade of Christmas by Taylor Grant, which is a contemporary short story set in Christmas. Yes, I'm aware I read this in August. Wow! Doesn't matter, I read this. So I am currently reading one, but all the other books are read. So now I need to set up for my games, and I will start by doing my book Uplathon rolls, and I just realized that I need to pick up some books. So Becca's book Uplathon is based on the board game Monopoly, and I think I will just put a picture of the board up, but basically you roll 2d6 and you move around the board. If you get a double, you need to double up. But there are also the chance cards and the community shelf cards. When it comes to the community shelf cards, if I get one of those, I will just draw a random one of my own cards that I use for my Labyrinth game, and that will be a prompt. I will not have any of my die roll in that. And then for my chance card, I have picked out 6 books. I'm just gonna hold them up here. We have Dragon Slayer, which, and for the chance cards, you're supposed to pick half books you want to read and half books that you don't really want to read, at least not at the moment. Dragon Slayer, want to read. The Thinking Woman's Guide to Read Magic, not really that fussed about it. Three Dark Crowns, don't want to read. The Philosopher's Flight, want to read. Kelcade, Fate of the Fallen by Kelcade, want to read. And The Reality of Dysfunction by Peter F. Hamilton. That one is not want to read because it's 1200 pages. So I will roll a d6, pick one of these. And I have already decided that if I get a book that I don't want to read, I'm free to just add in a book that I want to read in its place if I get it twice. Then there was something else that I had written up. All right, if I get highest rated, I will not read the highest rated because I already know what the highest rated is. I don't know what the second one is, but I do know what the first one is. And the first one is The Complete Stories of Sherlock Holmes. I'm not gonna read this if I get it. So I will go to number 2 on that list. As I said, I don't know what that one is. And anything else? I have an order of books coming in. They will arrive next week because it got delayed. So if I get recent purchase, I might pick one of those. It depends on what everything else happens on the board. But that's it. So let's prepare to be able to roll. So let's see how this will go, because right now I can't see the screen what's happening. So basically I don't have a printer, so I will just pop up a picture of where I end up after each roll. And if you don't believe me, you can always double check yourself. But here are my 2 die, and if I need to roll a chance roll, I will just use my normal d6 that I use for my game. So let's start. I am so worried. 9. Let's see. Oh, so we end up with the on the square monsters. So a book that features monsters in any way. And yes, I'm not picking books as I go because 4 games or no. 8. Let's see. I need to push. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Community shelf. Okay. So, community shelf. Community shelf. Community shelf. Let's see. And as I said, all the die roll cards has been removed. A booktuber favorite. So a book that's really well, a popular book basically. Okay. So that's prompt number 2. Let's roll again. Another 8. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we ended up on one of the train stations, which means that there's a theme in the title, a buzzword. So, for example, in this one there is night, day, afternoon, dawn, evening, sunset, things like that. And also light and dark. So that's prompt number 3. And then we have 7, which ends up on POC rep. And then final roll is not final roll because of course not. So let me just move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Most recent purchase. So yes. So I could either, for that one it would depend on what I get. So let's see, last roll, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Of course. Okay, chance roll. I'm just going to double check, I need to. Yep, chance roll, okay. 1 of 6. This is, okay. 3, oh crap. Okay. Fine. 3 Dark Crowns by Kendare Blake. Yeah, okay. Well, so those are the 6 rolls that I have for Bookathon. Well, that was a thing. I'm not... Okay. I'm very close to... when it comes to 3 Dark Crowns, so let's do the second part of this gaming nonsense. So we'll see. I have added in the die roll cards in here, which means I will probably get at least 1. So we'll see what happens, and then I can build up a TBR. The only readathon that I'm not worried at all when it comes to the medical readathon, because for the month of September, I just need to fit in 2 of 7, and then the other 3 to build my character. I can wait another day or another month. I have all towards April to finish that one. So let's go. What 3 prompts will I get? Not heard about on BookTube. A mystery. Is anyone surprised that Big Books comes up? Like anyone. Okay. Then we have BookTuber favorite again, but this one I can combine. Recent purchase, fine. Roll the d6 to get a continent. Comic, graphic novel or manga. a book I was really excited for when I bought, but then just did not get around to. Is that? No, that's not Veteran. What's that? Pile of Shame. Oh, yeah, Pile of Shame. So a book that I put on my TBR, but then did not get around to. I wonder which one that would be. Translate from my language that's not English or Swedish. A Veteran on my shelf, and roll the D12. So I put the cards if I need any extras, if I pass any one of the homes before I need to get home to collect lost prompts, and then I will place the prompts that have been picked up here. So as always, I will start, and as always, I have the freaking prompt of needing to get to the top. Let's see here. So we have that one, and where is it? There. Holy crap. Okay, I'm just going to do this because I know what I'm going to do, so I'm just going to move to that one. And then, so should I go to recent purchase or Veteran? I'm just going to be as nice as I possibly can to myself, so I'm just going to do like that and go to recent purchase, and then I will go there, and then I will do this, which will push me here, which means I can get big book and the keys for mystery. Okay, my plan was to do this, so that's what I'm going to do, and then I can get to the comic one. I don't need any of those, so okay, where should I go? I'm just gonna go there. You might have figured out why. Okay, then I need to get the salamander. Well, I'm actually just gonna do like that and go there. Okay, now I will move myself over to here. Boop, and get that one. Then I will just move myself down to get the salamander, and now I can get home. Do I want to stay there, or do I... I'm gonna stay there. There we go. Okay, now I need... interesting. Actually, let's do like this and go to that one, and then I mean, there we go. And then I will push myself down, get this one and Veteran, and then I'm gonna stay there, and I need to... Okay, I'm just gonna do this. Okay, now I need to get to... Oh, hi, translated. Okay, I'm actually... Do I want to move? No, it doesn't matter. Let's just do this. Get to that one and then move to that. I'm gonna move like that. I don't know if this will help anything, but So I need that one. I do need a map, so I can go to that. Oh, it doesn't matter because I will now make it home. So 9 prompts, let's just go through them. So the prompts for this month's Labyrinth TBR game we have translated from a language that's not English and Swedish. Veteran on my shelf. A book I was really excited for when I got it, but then never got around to. A book not heard about on BookTube. A BookTube favorite. Graphic novel, comic or manga. A mystery. And big book. Recent purchase. Great. So let's put together 4 TBRs. There will be a lot of overlap, just saying. So to make things easy for myself, I'm going to go through all the TBRs one by one. So I will start with my own Labyrinth TBR game, and I will start with because for my own game I'm allowed to pick books that I'm currently in the middle of, as long as I have not already used them for 1 month, because I've used the book. So for Not Heard About on BookTube and Veteran on my shelf, I have this book about precious stones and minerals. That's like a YA, no, not YA, middle grade, what to call it. Like, it's an information book about stones and things. It fits, and I'm halfway through it. Yes. So that's that. Then we have for mystery, I'm gonna pick a library book, Bodies Mysterious by Agatha Christie. This is technically a classic as well. What's the English title now again? Peril at End House. So this one will be for mystery. Then we have for graphic, well, it's for manga in this case, translate from a language that's not English or Swedish, and book I was really excited for, but then didn't get around to. I decided to throw myself a bone and pick, that time I got reincarnated as a slime, Trinity Tempest Volume 2. Because I just have not picked this one up for some reason. And the next one is the next body read we will do, and that is for BookTube favorite, because this has gotten all the hype. Recent purchase, and it's a big book, and that is Uppdrag Hail Mary, or Project Hail Mary as it's called in English, by Andy Weir. I just realized that I didn't really talk about what the books are about. The Agatha Christie mystery is a poirot novel. I'm not going to look at anything else about it, but based on the Swedish title, it's set near an ocean. And then the Trinity and Tempest manga is a side story that takes place and follows these 3 spies as they look around to see what happens in Tempest. And Project Hail Mary is about a astronaut who's trying to save Earth, but he wakes up, don't really remember anything, and he's the only survivor. I don't actually want to know more, so these are the picks for my TBR game. So then we have Becca's Bookaplaton, and for the prompt of monsters I will pick, actually I can just shuffle these around if I want to, but I'm picking, that time I got reincarnated as a slime, Trinity and Tempest Volume 2, because slime, I don't actually remember, is that a goblin or orc? They are evolved, so it's like. Then for favorites I picked Peril at End House. It doesn't matter, it's a poirot book, and Agatha Christie's books are always hyped up and very well known, and they are favorites of many. Then we have the next one, which was that you had like night, day, afternoon, etc. in the title, and she also added in dark and light, and I'm picking dark for this one. So I have Overlord 2, The Dark Warrior by Gauguin Maruyama, and this one follows, I just don't remember what he calls himself, Momonga, There we go. And he logged in because the servers are closing to a game that he really loves. He's the only one in his guild who has logged in. The other one couldn't stay up, so he logged out again. And he seems to have gotten stuck there, and then the entire dungeon have moved somewhere else. And he needs to deal with it. I loved the first one, and I got weirdly emotional for the first part, so I really do want to continue on with this series. Then for POC Rip, I decided to pick The Girl from the Other Side, story and art by Nagabe, and this one follows a monster and a girl, and they should not have met, and it's supposed to be like, well, it does say here, a quiet fairy tale, and I've heard so many people talk about this. Then for most recent purchase, Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. And then obviously we hit chance, and of course I got the one, actually it's a tie, this book or Reality Dysfunction, for which one I could get for chance that I did not really want to read. But this is Three Dark Crowns by Kendare Blake, and this is a YA fantasy which is set in a world where in this country each queen gives birth to triplets, and these triplets are trained in 3 different sneezing, and these triplets get trained into, yeah, they get trained and in 3 different types of magic or knowledge, and then they are supposed to try to kill each other. As time has gone on, I have just gotten less and less interested in this book, so this is one of those that I'm like, do I want to unhaul it? And I do have the sequel, which is probably the reason why I haven't, but I will at least give it a go, and if I DNF it, I DNF it. So these are the books for Becca's Bookaplaton. And just to add my one book, not too shabby so far, so let's go on with the next one. So then we have Demonathon, and for this we have 5 prompts and then a short story, that's the group read. So for Book with Magic Potions of Future Technology, I'm going to at least temporarily pick Trinity and Tempest Volume 2, because there are potions in here. I just don't know how prevalent they are, but they are in here. Otherwise, I will just pick, if this doesn't have magic potions, it's also Future Technology, which, yeah, that one would fit too, but temporarily this one. Second prompt is Book About Ravel's Broken Relationship. This is a murder mystery. There should be something like that in this one. The next book I don't have yet, but the prompt is Book About Uncovering an Old Mystery or Using Ancient Knowledge. And I'm just gonna hold up the second book. I am waiting for the third book in the Alchemist Who Survived Not Reason But Christ Set Alive. And that one definitely has to do with uncovering old mysteries, or in this case, ancient knowledge. Then we have a book with a gorgeous or shiny cover. This is a gorgeous cover. I absolutely think it's adorable and I love it. Oh, I forgot. The Alchemist Who Survives is about a girl who, when the city is run over by stampede, she hides in her cellar and put herself into stasis, but she makes some mistakes when she does that, and she wakes up 200 years later. And there are no longer any alchemists around, which means that she is a bare commodity that she needs to keep herself secret. But people knows about it. And she's protected because they just, yeah, they like her. Then we have a book that comforts you or you'll think will be a new favorite. Overlord 2, The Dark Warrior. I really like the first volume or the first book, so I'm really have high hopes for this one. And then we have the short story, which is A Softness of the Heart, which is a free short story, so I do have that one as well. But here we go, and as you can tell, excuse me, haven't really needed to add too many books yet. One more TBR to go. So, an hour later. No, it did not take me an hour to do this, it's just I went grocery shopping. Basically that's it. So for the medical readathon we are on the novice path, and for this we have 7 prompts, but we only need to fulfill 2, and then we need to fulfill 3 more prompts. We can either do it, well, we can do it from September 1st all the way to last of March, 31st of March, yeah, because in April we will start and then we need to have a character ready to go. So for the entrance to the novice path entrance, it's over the, I barely can read it, but it's book with the map, and if we go by the books that I have, Three Dark Crowns has a map in it, so it's over here. Then we have the prompt from the Ash Torn Tree, yeah, a book that keeps tempting you. I'm just gonna keep holding these up because Fate of the Fallen, The Philosopher's Fight, Dragon Slayer, well, definitely this one have I nagged on about, but one of these, and just to shame myself, I will put this one on right now. Then we have The Mist of Solitude, read a standalone, and for that I have Project Hail Mary. Then we have Ruin of the Sky. For that we are supposed to read a book with featuring ghost, haunted house, or other paranormal elements. And I could go a little bit all over the place, to be honest, but I do have the Sutton Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires by Grady Hendrix out from the library. This is apparently a horror. I know I just said that, but I'm gonna ignore it. But this is for Ruin of the Sky prompt. Then we have Obsidian Falls, and for that we are supposed to read a thriller or a mystery book. For that I have Peril at End House by Agatha Christie. Then we have Tower of Rumination, and for that we are supposed to read a 5-star prediction. I'm gonna put this one on here because the way people talk about it, I'm really crossing my fingers that this will be a 5-star prediction, and this is The Girl from the Other Side, Volume 1, starring out by Nagabe. And the last prompt on the novice path is Aurelium Academy Arc, a book with a school setting. And this will depend, to be honest, because I don't know if the book 3 has a school setting. In this one, the main character does teach a class, so she might continue on with us in the 3rd book. Otherwise, well, I could go with this one because I do have a bunch of fantasy songs, so I probably, well, I don't know. This one, like, they are being taught things, but I don't think it's really school. But this one definitely takes place at a school, and that's The Philosopher's Flight by Tom Miller, because we have a male character who really wants to be part of the US Signalry Corps Rescue and Evacuation Department, and they are Department of Flying Medics, but only women can really fly. Men can technically only hover. So this one definitely takes place in a school because he needs to get into this academy. So there's that. So these are all the prompts for the novice path, but I only need to finish off 2 of them. And if we basically remove the 3 extras I'm put in here, I mean, I already have them in the other readathons, so that's good. So, if we put all the readathons together, except for the short story, this is enough to get me through all 4 things that I'm doing this month. One that I'm halfway through, and technically I just need to read 1 page because it's my TBR game for this one. I don't think this looks too bad. The only one that I'm like, oh, is obviously 3 Dark Crowns. I really will see what happens. We'll see what happens. So we have 1 mystery, well, fantasy. Yeah, 1 fantasy. Okay, that's what I just realized, that it was only 1 fantasy, like fancy. But then we have 1 mystery, 2 mangas, a light novel that is a fantasy, so that's 2, I guess. But another light novel that's also fantasy. Fine, 3 fantasies. A body read, that's this one, and then a non-fiction. And I will also read body read a book with Naomi. So where is it? There it is. We are body reading Jurassic Park because she's taking part in the readathon for these 2 books. So Jurassic Park is for September, and then Lost World, it's on the cover, I did not even look on it, is for October. I'm not going to participate in this, and I'm not sure I'm ready to read this. Does this have a map? It does have a map. So if I DNF this, I can count this for a map. So at least there's something. But yeah, I forgot about this one. Well, at least this can fit for a lot of prompts for the Demonton. And I actually don't really... Will it? Well, it would fit for favorite book, I guess. Yeah. Favorite book, like, because Jurassic Park is really popular. I'm not ready, but okay, fine. But yeah, so if I had this on, which it's half the book, so it's not, it's half the book. It's still a lot, and that's, and yeah, and then if I manage to, I doubt it. I extremely doubt it. Those 3 as well. Yeah. So, what are your reading plans for September? Please tell me down below, and wish me luck. Bye.